Hello everyone. In the front of your screen, you can see a Navisworks model of a warehouse which we have prepared in Revit for this exercise. At the bottom of the screen, you can see a quantification workbook with the items in the workbook imported from Primavera schedule via Navisworks quantification template. And the workflow is, you can see that we have got WBS codes along with the activities. And what we did is basically we have associated model elements to this items in the quantification workbook. Now, if you click on the on any of the model element, we have actually associated some parameters to them. So, if you see the properties, we have associated three different kinds of parameters. So that is WBS 1, 2 and 3 attributed to different activities in the Primavera schedule. Now, if you see the resources catalog under quantification workbook, we have defined resources also, which are actually of the same names that we have used in the Primavera schedule. I'll try to cover the Navisworks quantification part in the later video. But for now, the overview of the Navisworks quantification workflow is basically you get the model, you quantify the resources using resource catalog and item catalog, and then that thing is the schedule which you have actually prepared in the Navisworks, the quantity schedule which you have prepared in Navisworks is then exported in Excel. And now you can see how beautifully Excel has produced the result. It has actually organized the data in a very good format with pivot tables and in a very organized way according to the WBS codes. Now that's it, that is very important actually. And back to the Navisworks, it's the same WBS code you can see here, and you can see the same resources in that Excel spreadsheet. Now coming back to the workflow, it's really important you see the schedule in the Primavera software as well. So I'll try to show you that how the schedule looks like in the Primavera setting. So getting back to the Windows environment, we'll execute Primavera from start button. So Primavera, we need to actually enter the login details. So once you log in, you will be taken to the projects. Okay, and now the project is open in front of us. You can see the bar chart, you can see the activity, and then we go to the resources. We see the resources here, and we have all the resources defined in the Primavera resource pool. Now, if you notice, the names are actually the same names. The resource in Primavera and resource in Navisworks have the same names. So that is a really important part because the resources carry the resource IDs and they get assigned to the activities along with the units. There is a purpose why we are in Primavera now. I actually want to export the activities and their resources assignment, the current resource assignment, the current activities to the Excel spreadsheet. So we'll go to file, we'll click on export, and this dialog box opens up. Here we need to actually look for XLS spreadsheet file and click on next, and now we select what we need to export. So activity we want to export, and check the activities, and along with that we need resource assignments, resources along with the resource assignment. both of them, and then we click on next. Here we want to have a check on the project to be exported, so we click on next again. We need to modify and check with what fields we are exporting actually. So we'll have to click on modify, and this dialog box opens up. We can actually see activities, resources, like all the fields which are getting exported from the activities section. Now activity ID, everything that we needs to be exported. So start and end date is basically I do not want to mess up, so I take it off. And activity name we need, uh, well, we'll need activity ID as well, because that will be the referencing pointer for us. We check the resource assignment. We'll see what is the minimum amount of resource field do we need for this. We need to be very much precise for the data we need, so we'll remove any field which is not required. But basically it looks good. We'll turn to resources. Now I see title is not required, so I push it off. And ID is required actually. Click on OK and click on next. Now it is getting exported. Where it's getting exported to the Primavera folder somewhere, so we'll make a folder for this one, and we'll just type in a name for that. Just click on open. That's fine. We'll go next to save it. Finish. Now we have successfully exported it. Just to check, we'll go back to the folder where we have exported that Excel spreadsheet file. I just want to check that whether things are correct or not. We'll open the file and just have a look at it, a swift look. So we see the task sheet. We have all the fields which we have exported from the wizard, and now we have resources sheet also, where we have all the data which we have chosen, and then this assignment sheet which actually displays the current assignment with WBS and resource names as well as the budgeted units. Now what we'll be doing is, actually I have exported the data, and now I've also added some changes to the Navisworks model. I've added some new resources in the Navisworks file, and the goal is to get that updated resources from Navisworks into Primavera and to maintain a dynamic link between both the tools. So let's see how it happens. So back to Navisworks. As you can see in the quantification workbook, I have added some more resources for the wall PUF wall fixing. So that is wall PUF panel and the screws. These are the new resources which I have assigned to the quantification workbook, and I want to export these into the Primavera. So first of all, we get this into the Excel spreadsheet from Navisworks. I already did it. So this is it. This is the updated quantification spreadsheet from Navisworks file, and now we'll learn how to link that in with the help of Power Query in Excel.